Hello, everyone. I am Cynthia. Welcome back to Random Spirits. How is everyone doing? How are you doing? I hope everyone's doing great. We are almost done with this 7 episode series on the chakra system. This is the sixth chakra that we will be speaking on. Okay, this is the third eye. The Sanskrit name for the third eye is Ajna, and it translates to perceive or beyond wisdom. The location of this energy center is between the eyebrows. The color is indigo. The element is light, and the mantra is Om. An affirmation is I see. The gland is a pineal. Physical body parts, the brain, the nervous system, eyes, ears, and nose. This chakra is associated with our sixth sense. It is the center of our wisdom, spiritual insight, and intuition. The third eye is the energy center for our mind. Ancient sages consider this chakra to be the seat of psychic abilities, as it governs our intuition and foresight. This energy center sees things that aren't necessarily visible. This chakra helps you understand information beyond the physical realm to guide your spirit and listen to your inner knowing. When it is fully activated and flowing harmoniously, this chakra stimulates both the right, creative and spiritual, and left, logical and rational hemispheres of the brain to work together so the mind can function from a grounded place. A fully functioning brow chakra allows us to trust our intuition, be comfortable in our chosen path, and be able to use both our feelings and facts to make a big decision. As a result, we feel as though we are living in harmony within ourselves. The third eye is all about the intuition, and it's the sixth sense. This is where I guess you have like the psychic ability, right? You're imaginative, you're aware, right? You have the wisdom and knowledge. Your third eye is balanced when you can recall dreams, right? You have a calm mind, you're open-minded, you're perceptive, you're insightful, you have this sense of clarity, trusting, motivated, creativeness. You embrace the truth, embrace change, spiritually aligned, connecting with your inner knowing, going back to the intuition and being able to focus. My experience with this chakra, so at the very beginning of my spiritual journey, I started like getting, deeper into it, getting, my developing my psychic abilities and balancing this chakra out really and getting to know the chakra system and, exploring like spirituality. But like further back, right? When, I was a teenager, and I feel like throughout my whole life, I have always been intuitive. Like, I feel like I've always had that feeling and that like gut feeling and just like knowing, right? I just never really, how do you put it? I never really, um, I didn't really like put much thought into it really, but back, when I was a teenager, for example, there was a lot going on in my household, and I would just like wake up in the morning and just like I have this feeling in my stomach. And I would sit there and I'd be like, what the fuck is that? And I don't know. I don't even know. I didn't really pay like I would pay attention to it, but like I wouldn't ignore it, but it'd just be there. And I'd just be like, why am I feeling like this? Like, do I have stomach issues? Like, I don't know. And I just used to, go through with it and just like whatever. And then lo and behold, always, 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 whatever, something would happen. Something would happen. And at the time, I was not into the spiritual stuff. I was risen Catholic, and yeah, so I have always been intuitive. I've had a lot of encounters where like something was just telling me absolutely not. And later on, I would, come to find out like a very, very bad situation. So um, yeah, as like I feel like I've been like intuitive um, all my life, really. And fast forwarding to 2020, the very beginning of my spiritual journey, um, I started getting into like the spiritual stuff and divination tools and um like I started like meditating, right? And I would like see things and it kind of spooked me, right? It kind of spooked me and I was just like, what the fuck is this, dude? And um later on, as I would meditate and stuff like that, like I feel like the clairvoyant, right? Because we have the psychic abilities, you have the clairsentient, clairvoyant, clairaudient, all that stuff. And I feel like the clairvoyant was like really heightened for me. I remember one time when I was meditating, I forgot like what type of meditation it was, but I had seen an image of I believe it was one of my spirit guides. At the time, I did not know. At the time, like this was before I got into the readings, and this was before I knew exactly who my spirit guides was, way before very beginning of my spiritual journey. And um yeah, so like I would like see images and I saw this image of this angelic like woman and I was just like, what the fuck? I was like, am I going crazy? And at night I would like kind of get spooked out, kind of not really. There would be like little beady eyes that I would see and I'm just like, what the what? And um I would see like shadows, right? I would see shadows and it took me a while and I was sitting there and I was like, I'm not ready to see in like I don't want to say like physical form, but like I don't if anything it is that you're trying to show me spirit guides, angels, guardian angels, let it be like through the clairvoyance, through my mind's eye. I'm not necessarily like I told, God, spirit at the time, I was just like, I am not ready to fucking sit here and see my grandmother because that was around the time I believe that my husband's grandpa, he's my grandpa too, but that was around the time grandpa died. And I remember I was sitting there and I was just like, look, grandpa, I love you, but like I am not ready to like be seeing you. So that's an amazing thing that I've learned with the third eye is that boundaries with spirit, they respect it. This is one chakra that I can say I can like talk a lot about. I'm gonna try not to, but with my experience, just because of the fact that I feel like and I know actually, I've been intuitive like my whole life, and just like the experience that I had going on and like, tapping into this was like, shit was intense. One of the things that has helped my like psychic abilities, honestly, is that I removed fluoride, right? I removed fluoride from my toothpaste, and I know it's in water, but removing it from my toothpaste has helped so much. One of my friends recommended this toothpaste, and it's like Weleda, I think. It's the sea salt one. And I've been using that, and I have not went back. Meditation has really also helped me as well. Using the divination tools that I have. When I first started, I used the cards. I have the tarot and the oracle. It was like a mixture because I can go full like without the cards. It's just a lot draining. And I like the cards. I like, the imagery, and stuff. But, I catch myself when I do readings. I bounce, back and forth because, spirit does communicate and, put images in my head, or like I'll have like a tune or whatever it is that comes through. One last thing that I wanted to share about, my experience with this third eye, and I'm gonna fucking like listen. Energy is everything, okay? Energy is everything. Listen to your body. Like, listen to your body, and just like how you feel around certain people fucking says it all. Do not second guess yourself. One of the huge things that I've learned about the intuition and, just this third eye in general is the amount of like second guessing and stuff that like kind of I used to have, but it's just like the energy's there. The energy doesn't lie. It's right fucking there. Imbalances in this energy center. On a mental level, you may feel overwhelmed and exhausted, right? Our imagination may be in overdrive, therefore clouding our intuition and our ability to discern between facts or feelings. Common physical alignments of an imbalanced third eye include, which when I say imbalance, this is either little to no flow or just like too much energy overactive, right? Um, Inability to plan or set goals, right? You're narrow-minded. You ignore your psychic abilities. You have very poor intuition, or you just don't listen to it. A lack of imagination, setting unrealistic goals, obsessed with psychic vision, hallucinations, difficulty concentrating, fear of truth, confusion, indecisiveness, migraines, eye strain, cataracts, insomnia, adrenal fatigue, and glaucoma. When this chakra opens, you may feel a sense of pressure between your brows, almost as though that visible third eye is opening up. Everyone is different. Every single person is different. I did not physically feel anything when um, my psychic abilities were, in tune. Everyone's different. Now I'm going to go on and name some stones. These are not all of them, just some. You can go on and use this in meditation, however you want to, okay? When you meditate, you can put it on your third eye. You can go on and put it under your pillow so that you set the intention, you say a prayer, whatever, and spirit will go on and communicate with you through dreams. But the stones, right? We have sapphire, we have celestite, lab labradorite, labradorite, um, azurite, amethyst, fluorite, sugilite, tanzanite, kyanite, and clear quartz. I'm sorry, I be having difficulties trying to pronounce things, but now we have the oils, the incense, and or candles. However you want to use this during, your spiritual practice. You want to put the oils on your fucking forehead. Um, However you want to go on and do that. So we have lavender, frankincense, sandalwood, bergamot, patchouli, and those are the oils, the incense, and or the candles that you can go on and use. Yoga. You know that I'm huge on yoga, going on and doing those yoga poses, however you do. Journal prompts, journal prompts, journal prompts. Y'all know that I am like huge on journal prompts. It's like my favorite thing. These are just some of the journal prompts for the third eye chakra. Do you consider yourself intuitive? Why or why not? How do you most often experience your intuition? Does it come in a form of a gut feeling, a voice in your head, signs of synchronicities, or something different? If you could take a single step this week that leads you closer to your dreams, what does that step look like? What is your intuition telling you? Are you able to take that step? Do you consider yourself imaginative? What does imagination mean to you? Do you take time to cultivate your mind to continue to learn? Can you accept that sometimes you can know things without needing facts or evidence just from your feelings? I feel like that's one of the things that a lot of the people that, like, I read for is just like, but I need physical proof. And it's one of the things that there was like a small time that I went on and had like, yeah, I feel it, but like I need to see it. It's like, going on and like trusting trusting that you don't necessarily need that physical proof. These are some affirmations that you can go on and use. I see only the truth. I think clearly. I am focused. I am mentally strong. I am insightful. I trust. I have mental peace. When you receive an intuitive hit, act on it. It will strengthen your intuition. And it's interesting because, like, go on and, like, I try this, like, say, like, for example, right? I'll like go out to eat or whatever, and I'm like, okay, should I go on and, get this or I get this? And then, if it like I'm feeling and I'm going towards like a Sprite, like for example, like a drink, and then I'm like, nah, I'll go like for the tea. And then like I don't listen to that, like go for the Sprite, and then I get the tea, and I am not like bitter tea drinker. I need like sweet tea. And the like I go on and I get the drink and the tea is like bitter. Yeah, I should have listened to my intuition, like stuff like that, right? Set the intention that you wish to connect with your inner wisdom. Setting the intention is huge and important when you are meditating. When you meditate, what is the reason, right? Do you have an intention that you want to, go on and set? Chanting the mantra Om. Wear dark blue or indigo colors. Eat foods such as blueberries, blackberries, eggplant, prunes, beets, and rainbow chard. Remove fluoride from your diet using a water purifying system because fluoride calcifies the pineal gland, which is directly linked to the third eye. Any other like healing practices, Reiki, sound bowls, whatever it is, to go on and like balance, activate that third eye. You do you, you go on and do you. That is it for the sixth chakra. Wow, we are almost done with the seven series episodes of the chakras. Next week, I will be speaking on the last chakra, and this is the crown chakra. To anyone that is listening in on my episodes, I just want to say thank you so, so much for tuning in and following me and joining me in my spiritual journey and learning about everything it is that I talk about. Sending love and light to everyone, healing energy. Until next time, adios.